what's going on? It's Dr. Boogie here again for another DVD and VHS update. And this is my first update of the new year, so Happy New Year to anybody watching out there. And I don't have as much to show in this update as I've had in some of my previous videos, but I figured I would just film it right now and get it out of the way, because I actually have a couple big videos that I wanted to film and get out later this week too. So I'm just going to start out with the DVDs real quick here. I picked up AVP finally, Alien vs. Predator. This is one that I'm not that big of a fan of, but I still think is kind of a cool movie. I remember when this first came out, I was a pretty big fan of it. I just thought it was a cool idea. I remember I was hyped for it when they had all the stuff about it, all the publicity stuff in the trailer. It just seemed like it was going to be really good, and I remember thinking it was decent at the time when it first came out, but as the years went on, I grew to appreciate the first two Alien movies more. I started to like these ones less, later in the series. But I still think this is a pretty good movie, and I'm glad that I finally picked this one up. Alright, next up here we have the Cabinet of Dr. Kagalari. I think that's how you say that. And this is the classic German expressionist horror film from like 20 something this movie came out. This is like an early film. I can't remember the exact date. I'll probably put it at the bottom of the thing or something like that, the bottom of the screen. But this is a really good one, and I remember watching this years ago when I watched Nosferatu the first time, and when I was watching a lot of those older horror movies. But I actually haven't seen this in a while, but I saw this at a thrift store for only like a couple bucks on DVD, and I picked it up. I thought it was a pretty cool addition of the movie. This is just a really cool looking movie. Like, that's an actual scene from the movie, and the movie just has this great visual style to it that has been replicated, and just people have been inspired from it for years now. Just the German expressionist films have a very cool look to them, and this seems like a cool DVD. It's got a lot of features and other stuff, and just glad to find this one cheap. And here's the Funhouse. This is the Tobe Hooper film, and I've never been a huge fan of this, even though I've always thought it was pretty decent. But definitely not one of my favorite Tobe Hooper films, but probably up there in my top 5 or 10 of his films. I've never even thought of what my top 5 or 10 Tobe Hooper films are, but this one is pretty good though, the Funhouse. And I actually haven't seen this one in a while. Last time I saw this was probably two years ago, maybe 3 years ago. So it'll be cool to see this one again. And then this was actually kind of a random pickup, Grizzly, which is like a movie that came out during the Jaws era of horror films, the killer animal exploitation type films. And this I actually didn't realize how rare this was. This is like a DVD that goes for like $1,000 or more brand new, and used it goes for like $100, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. And I didn't realize this. I found this at a thrift store for $3, and it was like the only horror movie they had there. That's why I picked it up. I was like, oh crap, I'm like, there's nothing here. And then I look in the bottom shelf, and I'm like, yeah, Grizzly. I'm like, that's interesting. So I picked this one up, and again, I didn't realize how rare it was at the time. And I'm sure this is nothing special. This is probably just like a cheap exploitation film with like a killer bear in it and some people getting killed. But I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out, just because of the obscurity of the type of movie it is, and just the rarity of the DVD just makes me even more when I watch this now. And that's the inside, and that's the whole back of it. And this is it's a cool find. I like when I go to thrift stores and I pick up something random like that, and later on I find out that it's has it's either worth money or it's just hard to find, rare, out of print. And that's the case for this one. It's just out of print and rare right now, and didn't realize it at the time, so it was definitely a good just good random pickup for me. Probably one of the coolest pickups of the week, in my opinion. And then here we have The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And this is one of my favorite Western movies. Definitely one of my favorite Italian films, too. And this just has everything good going for it. The soundtrack is just awesome. The director of this movie is just awesome, too. And the cast is just even great. I mean, you got Clint Eastwood and Lee Van Cleef in this movie. It's like the two most badass people you can get in a Western movie, both in a Western movie. And so this movie is just great. This is one of my favorite movies in general. And I just love everything about this movie. It's really well made and just brilliant. Just another great film in film history, and I would highly recommend this one for anyone who hasn't seen it. And it's like a exploitation movie, like a spaghetti western. At the same time, it's a serious film, so it's just really interesting. It's like a bloody, raw film, but at the same time, it's really well made and just spectacular. Just one of my favorite movies in the genre. One of my favorite movies of all time too. It's really good. Next up, I picked up The Naked Gun on DVD, which it's one of my favorite comedies. Just a really goofball, slapstick style movie. The humor is just really stupid type humor, but it's just great. Almost every scene in this movie makes me laugh. That's what I like about these like really goofball, cheesy movies. Just really funny. And this one's always been one of my favorites. This and the Airplane movie, just really funny. I need to pick up that one on DVD too. But again, I picked this one up at a thrift store, actually, for just a couple bucks. So that's why I bought this one, just because I've had this on DVD before, and so I thought it was about time to pick it up again, just because it is one of my favorite comedies. And then here is Power Rangers SBD, which is this is volume 3 of SBD. So this is just like I forget, I counted, but it has like I think like 5-6 episodes from SBD on it, and they're all, you know, maybe connected or something. They do that a lot of time with these tapes. I mean, with this DVD. This reminds me of one of the Power Ranger tapes I have, because it's pretty much the same deal. But this is just cool. And I've actually never seen Power Rangers SBD. This came out after my time. I wasn't watching Power Rangers at this time. I was watching other things. And now, since I'm just watch Power Rangers a lot now, and I have like a huge nostalgia for Power Rangers. I used to watch the original when I was a little kid. So lately I've just been trying to pick everything up to just get a better grasp on the whole series in general. So this is Power Rangers SBD. Volume 3. Alright, next up here I just have a small stack of VHSs I wanted to go through real quickly. I picked up this cool copy of Night of the Living Dead. Well, at least I thought it looked cool. I like the cover. It's like real colorful and just different. I've never seen a cover for Night of the Living Dead that quite looked like this. So I thought it was cool and I picked it up. It looks like a cartoon drawing almost. And I don't know, I just thought it was cool, so I picked it up, and it's just a cool looking tape. I like the way the back looks. Right here it actually says it's like a high quality VHS, so I wonder how high quality it is. And yeah, again, just a cool looking copy of Night of the Living Dead. I actually already have a copy of this on VHS, and I own it on DVD, but this is one of my favorite movies of all time, so it's one of those movies that I'll pick up like multiple copies of. And then here's The Creature from the Black Lagoon. And I actually thought that this was a cool looking copy of this movie, so I picked it up. But I'm actually collecting the Universal Classic Monster series of these movies. So I plan on picking up this movie again on VHS, just so I can get it like all on the Classic Monster series. But I picked this one up anyways, just because I don't have this movie on anything right now, and I love this film. So I've actually been wanting to watch this one, so I thought I would pick it up. And I just think the cover of this looks kind of cool. You know, that's pretty cool, creature and all that. And this is just a great Universal science fiction flick, and a great out of the Classic Monster series too from Universal. And this is Manhunter. which is a really good horror film. This is like an Anchor Bay VHS, and I used to have this on DVD. And this is just a crazy movie. This is like got the Hannibal Lecter story in it, and there's the Hannibal Lecter character, and the character in this movie, the like villain, is called like the Tooth Fairy. And this movie is just intense and crazy, and I would just highly recommend this one. This is my favorite out of all the like Hannibal films I've seen. This is like my favorite one that I've ever seen. And I would just highly recommend this. Just a really good 80s like horror film and suspense film. Just really good. I would highly recommend Manhunter. And then last year I have this weird tape that I found randomly at a thrift store. I've never seen this movie, so I don't know really anything about it. But it just looked really really weird, so I picked it up. Space Raiders. This is actually a Roger Corman film, written and directed by some guy, but produced by Roger Corman. And I don't know, I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Looks like it's going to be a really cheesy sci-fi movie, maybe Star Wars ripoff. I mean, Space Raiders, that name alone is almost like a ripoff of Star Wars and Indiana Jones at the same time. So this is definitely a rip-off movie, trying to cash in on some of those big like Lucas, Spielberg science fiction adventure movies of the time. But again, this might be a lot of fun, or it could be a pile of shit. So looking forward to just checking it out and seeing which direction this way goes. I actually didn't even look this up on the computer since I picked it up, so I have no idea about this movie. I don't even know like what people have said about this movie and all the reviews or stuff like that. But so yeah, I'll have to check this one out. Maybe do a little review on it or something myself. But yeah, that was the update for the week. And again, if you like the video, definitely leave a comment or give it a thumbs up. And thanks for watching.